What's up, guys? It's Rob from the Pick My Perk series, and today I want to talk to you about E3 and what we learned, what we saw, stuff that we might get excited about, reasons why we might be a little disappointed. You're watching some Team Defender on Oasis, which is one of the newer maps for Modern Warfare 3. I think we're supposed to get some new maps here pretty quick. I don't honestly recall what the date is because it seems like they are being a little more quiet about when new maps drop. They don't put all the hype into them like they used to. So you're gonna see me die a lot in this gameplay, so don't be surprised. I die a lot, but we wind up pulling the victory. I try to do my best to be a team player and not really worry about my KD, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. So, and besides, you know me, I'm not a beast game player. You want those kind of things, you know where to go get them. So, but E3, okay. So, one thing I would say about this year's E3 was that the consoles, being as old as they are, is really hurting the gaming industry. You've got really, well, like 2005, 2007, you know, you got consoles from that time frame, and they're super old, and they're not able to do things that are as groundbreaking anymore. You know, like they showed Crysis 3, and I thought, why would you even put Crysis 3 on a console? Why is, I mean, there's Crysis 2 practically cooked my Xbox 360. There's no reason to put Crysis 3 on console. Clearly, with the new Crytek engine, it needs to be run on a PC. So, I don't know. I mean, I know why they put them on consoles, because that's where they're making their money. You know, PC gaming is not as big of a segment anymore, but it's just the console is not capable. So, those kind of things are hurting the industry as far as being able to develop titles and push the boundaries. You know, they're developing titles that are more capable than the hardware. So anyways, moving on. I thought this E3 was Nintendo's to lose, and they lost it. The problem is most people don't even understand what the Wii U is. They don't understand that it's a brand new console. A lot of people thought it's just an additional controller to the existing Wii, and that's not the case at all. The new Wii U is actually a fairly capable machine. I mean, it makes the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3 look kind of silly when you compare the stats right next to them. So, you know, they really, in my opinion, missed their opportunity to educate people and start grabbing market share in the console market, because the new Wii is going to run, you know, Battlefield 3 and Assassin's Creed 3 and these titles that are really impressive graphically and have these really involved engines, and they're not going to impress anybody by showing Nintendo Land and these other games that, yeah, I mean, while they're probably good games and a lot of people are going to enjoy them, they're not the games that everybody came there to see. Everybody wants to see, you know, the hardcore titles being run on these platforms. So now we understand why Microsoft and Sony didn't have anything really mind-blowing. You know, they have, Microsoft came out with their presentation for the new Halo title, which looks pretty good, actually. Then you know, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and of course they had another Gears of War title, which is good for the Gears franchise. But that didn't really impress anybody the way a new console would. And of course they keep pushing Kinect on us, like, oh man, I understand it's neat and all, but right now there's no games that a hardcore gamer is going to say, yeah, I got to get a Kinect so I can play XYZ game. There's nothing on the market like that right now. As soon as they can do that, then they'll start pushing more units of Kinect. In the meantime, it's going to, you know, be a kid's game for people that like to play Kinectimals or whatever the popular one is today. Sony really didn't have too much. They had like 2 titles that were exclusives that looked like they were going to be pretty good. It was that Last of Us that looked kind of neat, and then that one with Ellen Page, which the name eludes me right now. But I mean, as a guy who owns an Xbox 360, still not enough to make me want to think about buying a PS3 for the exclusives. There's still nothing there that makes me want to jump over, especially with as much Call of Duty as I play. Let's be honest. Call of Duty is basically an Xbox exclusive. You know, the way they release content early, specifically for the Xbox, instead of letting all the platforms have it at once, which I think is kind of a lame proposition. If you're exclusive, go 100% exclusive. Don't pretend to be cross-platform and then treat one better than the other. I don't agree with that model. Battlefield's doing the same thing though. They came out with their Battlefield Elite at E3, and the new maps are available on PS3 right now. So if you're on PS3 and you have Battlefield Elite, you've got the new maps, and I don't. Even on PC, I don't have them. So it's yeah, I don't like that the way they treat people cross-platform. It's like, what's the benefit to them other than, you know, the contracts they've signed with Microsoft and those companies? It just doesn't make sense for the consumer. It really segments the consumer and makes them pick one way or the other. And sometimes it's good, but for this case, I'd say it's not necessarily a good thing. Now, I mean, obviously the numbers stack up in the favor of Xbox and Microsoft, but I still don't agree with it. Okay, so what else? Oh, there were some other titles that I thought looked pretty good. That one that's, I guess its working title is Watch Dogs, which is basically a kind of an open sandbox game based on surveillance and hacking, and just the whole premise looks really, really neat. I'm excited about it. Didn't see anything from, let's see, from, who's it called? I can't remember their names, but they're doing BioShock Infinite. I didn't see anything from them on BioShock Infinite. I guess that game is obviously still in development, and I can't wait for that. Obviously the Halo reveal was pretty neat. Didn't learn anything really new about Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which that's not a shocker. They usually don't do that. Interestingly enough, I did see that John from John's Game Channel was over at the Hauppauge booth at E3, and they've got some new devices, which I'm really interested to get some info on. Tell you what, I'd like to see more about that streaming device that they have. So anyways, let me know what you thought of E3 down below in the comments. What was the thing that you found the most interesting and the thing that you're looking forward to the most? And I will talk to you later.